Hello student, in this video we will cover next point, that is about the UART chip. This diagram shows there are the two UART chips, UART1 and UART2, and how they are communicating with each other. This is one of the serial type of communication. So this communication means what? It is a transfer of data from one point to the another point. So that is a communication. Now this communication can be serial communication or it can be a parallel communication. What is a serial communication? Serial means one by one. So one bit will be transferred at the same time. So for example, these are the bits we want to transfer. Then bit 0 will be first transferred, then bit 1, then bit 2, and so on. So one by one, the bit will be get transferred to the receiver side, and the receiver are also having a capacity to receive this data serially. So UART, it is supporting for this serial type of transmission. So the old days, if you have seen printers, mouse, some modems, they are having the thick cables and some connectors which are very heavy one. So these are using the serial type of connection that are the that may be a UART chips they are using. Even nowadays, if you see some modules, just like a Bluetooth module, RFID module, GPS module, Arduino, Raspberry Pi, they are also using the serial controls, and that is a UART communication. So this is an RFID reader, this is Bluetooth, GPS, GSM, GPRS. So these are some examples they are using this type of communication, that is a UART communication. Now what is this UART? UART stands for Universal Asynchronous Receiver Transmitter. So it is acceptable universally. So if we are having these two chips, then they will communicate very easily with the serial mode of communication. It is a physical circuit which is present in the microcontroller, and it is used to transmit and receive data in a serial mode. So here, if you see this chip, this is a TX. TX stands for transmitter, RX stands for receiver. So transmitter transmitting data from part 1 to 2, it is received by the RX. Now here TX, this one, it is transmitting data from 2 to 1 device. So in this way, the data communication happens. Now here word is that it is a universal asynchronous. What is an asynchronous? There are two ways that you can communicate, synchronously or asynchronously. Asynchronous means it is using, it is not using the clock. Sorry for interrupt. So we were talking about the UART transmitting the data asynchronously. Now this asynchronously means it is not using the clock signal to synchronize your data. So how it will understand that your communication has been started or it has been stopped. So there are some start and the stop bits has been added to the data packet while transferring. So that's why it is called as a asynchronous. It is not in a synchronization. It is not using synchronization concept. So also it is using the baud rate to give that information that how much speed it is transferring the data. Baud rate means bits per second. So when you are transferring the data, then start bit will its voltage level will get high, and that will be specified with the specific frequency, and receiver will understand that some bits are coming from some devices. Now, how many wires are there? The two wires are used. Its speed is about usually in the baud rate, so it is about 9,600 watts. Whether it is a synchronous or asynchronous, it is an asynchronous. Serial or parallel, it is a serial one. Master slave, there is no master slave connection. You can see it is a point to point connection. Two devices are connected individually to each other. Now, how exactly UART works? When you are transferring data from parallel bits to UART, UART convert into the serial mode. It will transfer the data serially to second UART, and from UART it will convert to this one parallel. So here it has been given that data is transferred from data bus to UART in a parallel form. After transmitting, UART gets a parallel data and convert into, add some start bit, parity bit and stop bit. Later we will see this, what is this parity bit and stop bit. Then it will create a data packet, and then this data packet will send serially bit by bit at the TX pin. And at the receiver side, UART reads this data bit by bit by the RX pin. RX stands for receiver, TX stands for transmitter. So at the receiver, it will receive the data bit by bit. Then again, it will convert into the parallel form, and then it will transfer to the next controller or any next device. So it removes, before transmitting to data bus, it will remove this parity bit, stop bit and the start bit, and then that data packet, actual data packet will be transferred to the data bus. So here, first of all, when it is receiving the data from parallel form, remember that it is adding start bit, parity bit and the stop bit, and then it form a data packet that will be sent to the receiver one by one. And the receiver side, that packets external things, that is starting and stopping bits, will be removed, and then this will be get processed. So here, this is a diagram again it is showing. So this is a data frame, you can see packet, you can see. Now this packet, first of all, start bit, then this is actual data. So first one start bit, then second 5 to 9 data bits, data frame, then 0 to 1 parity bits, and 1 to 2 stop bits. Now start bit, just we have discussed to understand that your data transmission started. So here it will set to the high voltage level, and then it will be used to transmit the data. So data frame, it is an actual data being transmitted. Its bit position is bit number 5 to bit number 8. Parity means it will describe that whether the number of ones in your actual data, these are the evens or the odd. So it will calculate how many number of bits you are transferring and how many number of ones are there. For example, suppose we will see later one example. Suppose number of one bit, it is number of ones in that actual data, it is suppose odd, then parity bit will be set as an odd bit. If number of bits, if it is in a 0, means if number of bits as in a 1 value, if it is an even, then parity bit will be 0. Okay, let's see one example, then you will understand better. And for example, 1 0 1 0 1. Suppose this is your bit. Now tell me how many there are ones, 3 ones, means there are the 3 ones. So 3 ones means it is an odd or even, it is an odd. So odd parity means what? Odd parity, if it is when this number of ones are odd, then it is called as an odd parity, and the parity bit will be 1. Here parity bit is 1. Okay. Now next example, suppose 1 1 0 0 0. Now tell me how many here, how many bits are 1? Number of bits 1 2, means it is an even. So as it is an even, what will be the parity? Parity will be 0. So when number of ones in that data packet, it is an even, then parity will be 0. Otherwise, if it is an odd, then parity will be 1. So it is actually used to check the correctness of that particular data, whether it is received correctly or not. So to find out the error, this parity is used. Now how exactly it will find out error? Suppose you are transmitting data and parity is a 1. And at the receiver point, suppose you receive data as like this 1 1 0 0 0 1. Whether it is a correct data? No, it is not a correct data. It has been changed. But how the receiver will identify whether it is changed or not. Now the parity what one? Parity one means that something has been changed over here, because as it is a one means it is an odd. Odd means there must be 1, 3, 5, 7 like that. These numbers should be total number of ones should be there in that data packet. So it is a one and it is having the values as a 2 for this data packet as a number of ones, then it is a wrong one. So in that way it is used to find out the error. So this is about the parity for error checking. Stop bit, that is indicate it is an end of data packet. So this is an end, and it will be again convert into the low voltage to this high voltage to understand it. Now see here, steps for UART transmission. First one, this is the data bus transmitting UART. Now start bit, now see, add the start bit 0. It has been added to this data frame. Parity 0. Why the parity 0 over here? Number of ones count. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. So number of ones are 4. Means it is an even. So the parity is a 0. Then after that add the stop bit 1. Okay. And then transmit the data. So see here. First of all, this is your data. This data will be added with the start bit, with the parity and the stop bit, and then transmission will be like this one. See, it will be transmitted serially and it will be received at the RX side. After receiving the UART, that will be subtracted. The first bit will be removed. Last 2 bits will be removed. So stop bit and this parity bit, and in between data will be used for the next processing, that is a data frame, actual data. So what is the advantage and disadvantage of UART? UART, it is using advantage 2 wires, no clock signal is necessary, it is an asynchronous one. Then parity bit is provided for error checking, that is one of the advantage. It is a good documented and widely used one. Structure of data packet can be changed, and it is used to easy to identify the structure of data packet on the both sides. That will be the same one. Now the disadvantage that it's a data frame size limited to 9 bits only. You can say the data, no slave and the master, only 2 wires, and that's why 2 connections are there, transmitter and receiver. Multiple connections cannot be established. So that is one of the disadvantage. Then baud rate of the UART must be within 10% of each other. So it is very slow one actually. That's why whenever we require some slow communication, then we should use this UART. Otherwise, for the fast communication, that is not that much useful. That is about the UART. So we have just discussed about the UART, universal synchronous transmission, transmitter, receiver, and the transmitter. I will stop here, and next video we will see the parallel ports. Thank you.